that are out there making loans that the banks aren't making, we got included in most of those regulations. So we are generally not able to make a loan to a consumer for a home loan purchase or a home loan refi that they live in, and the reason is because we do now need to determine the affordability. That the borrower has to demonstrate a capacity to make those payments. And here's the problem with that. Let's say you, like many thousands of people, have come on hard times. You've missed payments on your home. Maybe your home is soon to go into foreclosure, but unlike many people, you actually have a lot of equity in your home. So you'd like to come to a company like mine and say, hey, can I borrow $100,000 so I can cure my default? And I'm going to sell the property anyway, so I'm going to put it on the market and get a good price for it, but I don't want to have to sell it under duress. Well, 5 years ago I could have made that loan, and I would have made that loan. But today I can't, because if you're out of work and you're not making your payments, you can't show me and demonstrate the ability to make the payments.
And selling the house doesn't qualify.
Right, it doesn't matter. So the law of unintended consequences, which is what the government is so often guilty of, is they've actually now taken consumer choice away. You are now too stupid to borrow money, according to the government.
You hear that, Brian? We're too stupid.
Yes.
I'm telling you, well, the government does believe that, I think.
So now, let's flip over to the other side. If you're borrowing for investment purposes, you do not have to demonstrate a capacity to pay. Now, I like it better when a borrower has good income. It makes for a better loan application, but there are an awful lot of people who are making a living in this market buying, fixing, and flipping.
So as long as it's not their personal residence, then you can do it.
Yeah, that's the answer.
Let me get to Brian here.
Absolutely.
Okay, Brian, we received an email here for you. Generally, how long would my invested funds be tied up if I invest with Praxis Capital? Now, what does that mean? I mean, you have to explain what investing with Praxis Capital means.
Yeah, I suppose so. My company is Praxis Capital, and we're a real estate private equity firm. Our investment focus is in the distressed real estate sector, and we purchase foreclosed property, and it's on behalf of the investors that invest in our real estate funds.
How's business been lately?
Yeah, a little bit busy. Yeah, it's about 100 times busier than it was 5 years ago. So certainly we have a lot to do. So these are equity investments typically, and that means that they are a little bit longer term than what you might do if you're investing with Mark in private money notes, which could be a shorter term. But we range currently from some products that are a 6-month term with an 8% guaranteed rate, all the way up to a 5 to 7 year period of time without guaranteed rates, but probably higher rates of return.
How do you guarantee the rate?
On the guaranteed rates, those are just simple in and out investments where we're in and out of a property so quickly that we're able to just guarantee that they can get a certain return, and we back that ourselves. Versus in most of the equity investments, you're participating in the profits from that particular investment.
So it's guaranteed, not preferred.
Yeah, in that particular product, in our 6-month product, it is. But primarily, most of what we're doing is a preferred return and longer hold time. So we have some that are 1 year, and we have some where your money would be tied up for 4 to 5 years. And we just had one, and that doesn't really mean anything, because we just did one deal. It was a foreclosed 54-unit apartment building, and we purchased it. It was a 5-year hold, so that meant that our investors' funds would be tied up for 5 years. But what ended up happening was we fast forward about 13 months, and after fixing up the property and taking it from 58% occupancy to 98% occupancy and raising the rents about 20%, the property's worth so much more than it was 13 months ago when we bought it that we've calculated out that we can get our investors about a 75% return if we sell now versus getting a 25% return annually if we wait 5 years. So even though they signed up for a 5-year investment, they're not going to complain that we got out early.
Wow.
That's amazing.
All right, guys. Here's some thoughts for the day. Thanks again, guys.
Sure.
Okay. 5 Jell-O flavors that flopped: celery, coffee, cola, apple, and chocolate. Now, how can anything chocolate not be a hit? I don't understand that
Chocolate
one.
Jell-O, though, I don't know.
But celery,
I'm not sure
I
about
understand that.
Yeah.
Celery jelly. Celery jelly.
Yeah, so you can't even say it. Let
I
alone
can't
eat
even
it.
say it there. And then, okay, and I went when I went to church. Instead of putting money in the basket, I threw it up in the air. I figured God would keep what He wanted, and whatever came down was mine.
Oh,
You like
did
that?
everybody else do the same thing?
No, of
That's
course
too
not.
bad.
It's my idea only. And again, I just want to remind listeners, go ahead and if you want a free life insurance quote, I'll give you a call back after the show. Call 888-912-1190. We'll just give you an independent evaluation of your life insurance policy and see if you're paying the cheapest that you should be.
I think Mark and I are going to be calling you too.
Very, very good.
Absolutely.
Then we'll tell everyone how well we did. All right, tune in next week to the Best of Investing. We're going to be giving away 9 more free vacations for answering trivia questions. Thanks for listening. On behalf of our team, I'm Edward Brown, wishing you the best of investing. So long.